Hey, Bentley. In between parts, I learned how to write ASCII. Read it in.
I don't care anymore.
It's like, Sly, now's not the time.
Sly, you literally just drew an ass and a key on the paper.
They stole my girlfriend.
He would just draw an ass and a
You know what? Actually,
key.
if I could go back to what the Icky was saying about the whole "you stole my girlfriend," I cannot but think that it'd be an instance where Sly is completely oblivious to the whole thing with like Penelope and him and Belly. It's like, "You stole my girlfriend." What girlfriend?
Yeah.
Penelope. She has a thing for me.
Slowly implodes.
Hold on. You stole my girlfriend! Wait, Carmelita was your girlfriend?
Sly, it's time we have a talk.
Have a drink.
I have a thing to tell you.
So yeah,
I
so what we're
saved
running
this
here.
bottle of grog just for this occasion.
So to sum up our missions real quick, we need to stage ourselves an entire pirate like bay-sized heist because we have to rampage into a cove that's guarded to the teeth. This may be one of our biggest jobs yet, just because of the sheer army we're going up against.
Yeah, like
so,
that tentacle there.
So we need to do three things, as usual. We need to get some equipment from an old ship sea wreck so that we can empower our cannons. We need to take out a bunch of big like guard ships that could stop us later.
I'm sorry.
And we have to summon the beast.
Okay, that's all. I just looked back at that snapshot of that dog. I was like, and this is the last time we saw that dog before he was mercilessly strangled.
Oh my goodness.
He would never be seen again.
I was just screwing with this guy. I had to follow him around and see how paranoid I can get him. Anyway, so let's go figure out where we want to go.
Thank you, Grapple Cam.
Have I ever mentioned how I love how wibbly wobbly the ship is?
Well, yeah, because it's on the. Oh gosh.
No, but like, there's barely any ripple to really cause it to like wave around that violently.
Yeah, I hope you don't get seasick, because this thing is freaking nuts. Anyways, I just cut out a lot of sailing because this is. Okay, we should get down to this. Hype and I have mixed feelings about this section. I don't mind it too much, this whole chapter about sailing around.
I don't mind I don't mind the sailing itself. I just think it lasts too long.
I think
I
this
sympathize
chapter
with
just
Jay-
absolutely drags.
Agreed.
And that seems to be the main thing. It's
Oh
they add a
my
they
God.
really like Dimitri.
Oh, we're doing this one right off the bat?
I just had to get it out of the way.
That's fair.
Dimitri,
How many times do we have to tell you we drank all the juice back in Barambo?
You can try. Thank God, Dimitri. I didn't want to hear Bentley try and talk smack or jive anymore.
Me neither. That's like one of the few things that we never have to listen to again.
Listen, Daddy-O, I think all those shrimp cocktails went right to your gut.
I was about
Yeah.
to. I was
They
going to agree
went
with.
south side real fast!
I was about to say I agree with you, James. That outfit leaves less to the imagination than it was really necessary.
Oh my God, there's an actual. Jesus.
Ew. I mean, that
So-
just could be like the base of his tail.
To be fair, this thing's skin tight.
I
That's what
don't
I'm
want to see this man in 3D, Bentley. I don't want it. No
You know
3D
what?
for me right now.
That's why they scrapped him out of Sly 4.
Was he going to be?
remembered. So-
Oh, you're right.
So well, yeah, because he's gonna be like he was gonna like man the HQ or whatever. So
Yeah, I thought he was going to be like the guy who ran the headquarters while you were out traveling through time.
that's what I imagined. Anyway, so what we have here is an actual sort of another first-person segment where it's like tank controls, where you're swimming forward, you can strafe, rotate the camera, and we need to collect these doodads and bring them up top to a basket.
Admittedly, I'm
I'm
kind of
just-
reminded of a couple of minigames from Mario Party.
I'm just gonna say right now, I hate this section. I'll see if I can break this down. Sharks. This
They
concludes my
scary.
presentation
Sharks are
on why
scary.
I hate this level. And this level, if you have a child, I would almost like, oh god, hurry.
Oh, good.
I'm saying when these things and their teeth are going right toward. I would never say that a level that the game should allow you to opt out of playing a level and just continue. If there is a child that is like incredibly afraid of the ocean, I think that Sucker Punch should have had an option to let this level be skipped, because this does not help that fear.
I mean, is this section in like 3D
I
compatible?
missed. it is compatible. So imagine this in 3D. And so the way this works is you'll be swimming around. The sharks will scream or roar at you first, because sharks can roar. No, they can't, Jaws 4. They'll yell at you, and then
The sharks yell?
Yes, and then they'll charge at you. Jeez! And then all those the teeth like shut out, and they and the hammer.
They're everywhere.
Honestly,
you
the
skipped
more
the
honestly
basket.
though, I understand.
No, I got
I
it.
understand Logan's sentiment about the whole situation. I mean, I still think the whole secret mission from Devil May Cry 1 is a lot scarier than this.
I will say just
Eh.
I will say
It's
just
a
the whole
with a
thing,
bunch of plays.
just the whole thing in general. I definitely sympathize with Logan for my money. As long as you go at as long as you really, pace yourself, I don't think it's that much of a hassle, even though I do sympathize. However, I will say, take a good long look at Dimitri's underwater amazedness, because, spoiler alert, this is one of only 2 times in the entire game you get to play as him.
You gotta
Well,
It's almost
savor
like
it.
that.
Which is a
It's almost
shame,
like
but at
that-
the same time, though, we're literally near the end of the game.
Then
Right,
again,
it's also like being an underwater guy is an entirely situational, like it's a pretty situational job.
I mean, realistically speaking, how often have you played an underwater section in a video game and said, "Hey, I would like to do that again"?
Rayman Origins.
In fact, it was so good, I'd like to swim for a second time.
In time.
But I was gonna say Rayman Origins did a fun job with its water.
Yeah, Origins. Well, yeah, Origins.
Yeah,
and
sort of.
Legends. I'd say
Donkey
that
Kong Tropical
Sonic Colors
Freeze.
did a pretty decent job.
Yeah, well, that's because Sonic Colors gave you
Jesus.
an infinite double jump.
It's because Sonic
Now, the
Colors' level design is so bare bones.
The Hammerhead Sharks
that
suck
bad.
because they actually take 2 hits each.
Oh no.
So I need to hit
Kill
them once.
the hammerheads.
I have to hit them once. That'll tick them off, and then shoot them again.
I noticed the second shot went straight into the gullet.
Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
It's just 11-year-old me was not having any of this.
I felt that one straight in the uvula.
Okay.
And with that, he
And
just
here's-
gave him a new uvula.
Anywho, I think you have to die, please. Anywho,
I think you're using the wrong word.
But as Hype
Well,
says,
whatever
it's-
the
But as Hype said, as long as you don't like freeze up, if you just know to just keep moving constantly, ow,
Oh,
then it's not the worst.
So just keep swimming.
Yeah.
Well, I will say,
chasing
like,
this dude down.
not just a matter of just keep swimming, also just like not going like blazing fast, because that lessens your chance of accidentally running into him. Also, just as a tip, when you see a shark about to head towards you, you can technically sidestep out of the way.
Right. They'll beeline towards you, which means you can swipe to the left. And goodbye, Dimitri. Even he's like,
Lafouille is a really
"Oh, here
stupid
again."
name, all things considered.
Yeah, we can talk about that now. What is that? How does that strike terror into the hearts of men?
In fact, the only thing it makes me think of is LeFou.
Obviously, it's just one of those names where like you just hear it at first, it's like, boy, that is a dumb name. But then that's what they. It's one of those things where you least
It's what
expect
they
it to actually
count
be an
on.
actual threat.
It's the name that dissuades you from taking it seriously, and then wham,
Right.
swipes
Yeah.
a sword at you and you die in one
Spile.
hit.
And, oh yeah, and we can also talk about the other thing, Hype, about the monetary gain of this chapter.
Well, I think I already brought it up while you were gone, but just to repeat for the sake of people that temporarily forgot. This
In
is
case
pretty
you
much
missed the last part, you should go watch it.
Well,
What would be
Well, I
nice?
Well, I will already. I will state again, just because Logan asked nicely. This is a chapter that pretty much makes grinding for coins a non-Devil Dam issue, because if you just like derping about the sea and just sinking ships, you get so much money that you can easily afford any remaining power-ups you have in the shop.
Yeah, why would you need? Why would you need to?
I'm sorry.
Why would you have to go
Murray,
back for Sly's fortune in the game? You could just, make a career off of pirating.
You could. And what was that, James?
Logan was showing off Sly's new pounce move, and I'm just
Up
thinking to
and
myself, Murray, Sly's going all natural again.
He's
We should
going
probably get him
Bobsy
back on the
Bobcat.
boat.
If I could speed up that footage, I could play freaking Pepe Le Pew's boing, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, basically, it's kind of like Spyro's running and reignited.
Yeah. But not running, it's just just a
Well, you know what I mean
spot
when I
or
say
whatever.
that.
And I shall feral pounce. Okay, not a normal pounce. Okay, just normal pounce.
Or the stock running sound effect
That
he
was
uses in the
awesome.
original trilogy.
So what exactly is the point of that pounce attack you just got?
It
It's
turns
just-
you
I
into
get-
Bobsy. The Bob
I guess
Cat.
I guess it just allows you to like make further jumps than you could like I guess the idea is that it allows you to jump further away than if you just did a normal double jump.
So it's
'Cause
the
it
Mario
focuses- it
64
focuses-
long jump?
It focuses on both vertical and horizontal movement,
Huh?
not just jumping up vertically. Yeah, but yeah, look at that. We just got a couple
Yeah.
hundred right off the bat, and that
Nice.
happens for every ship you fight.
Also, just real quick, going to those, you saw when you were fighting the captain, you also had like his mateys with him. If you like, all you have to do is just focus on the captain. Once you beat the captain, the mateys automatically die along with him.
Well, because they
No,
don't
I'm
have
not
a
gonna fight these guys.
leader anymore. I mean, they
But,
could
yes.
turn to you, or they could turn to the ocean.
Oh, and if you die, or if you take damage, you just run over crates with the health icon on them. You'll automatically heal up. But know that the more damage you take, the less mobility you'll have, and some of your cannons will be destroyed, which severely hinders your attack power.
So it's Star Fox logic?
Kind of, yeah.
Damn.
Oh, now you're gonna get to a point where it's like, if you go, you have to pay attention to how many ships are in an area, because you can sometimes end up taking on like more than one ship at a time, which can be.
So you can be
Oh,
ambushed.
jeez. We're taking on water.
Okay, yeah, quick, swat the plague away. I don't know
Go
why I said
away,
plague.
go away. Plague.
Get out
Go
of
away.
here.
Not the black plague. Oh, jeez. This rat's probably got a
Plague.
Rats probably got a really bad rap in this world.
I mean, they're rats. So what?
They're not
Well,
bad.
there they go.
You're,
Into the briny blue.
Don't worry. We're just committing freaking manslaughter in cold blood. That's part
Well,
of a
isn't
fun
that what
mini
pirates
game.
do?
Yeah, just make sure we're right perpendicular
They
and.
They pillage, they plunder, and they're not exactly
Oh,
nice.
Man, it's a really good thing that Carmelita is in here right now.
No kidding.
Actually, yeah, this is the only this is the one chapter she doesn't make an appearance in. Period. I don't think.
And the game actually does acknowledge that. But also, I should have probably made this joke earlier while you were doing all that overworld traversing.
Yeah.
Murray, I have a question. What's up,
Yeah?
Sly? How are we able to maneuver this boat wherever we go without betraying the winds? Like, this is some old-fashioned stuff. Why are you asking me? I'm no professional.
Actually, I was thinking of two things. One is, you got me, by all accounts, it doesn't make sense. Or secondly, don't worry, I have my homemade wings.
I was going. No, I was about to. I have a horrible mind. I was about to make that exact joke where Sly's like, Murray, how are we? Oh, there's the Chihuahua. I was like, Sly. It was Sly going, Murray.
Oh
how
my
are we able
God.
to pilot? How are we able to
Quick,
pilot this?
after tacos.
And it just cuts to. That's a joke because it's the Taco Bell. Oh, jeez, he just fell off.
Ay,
Get
ay,
off
ay.
the freaking cannon,
Oh, God.
Captain.
He's holding on for dear life.
Get off. Anyway, I was gonna say I would just cut to Sly saying, Murray, how are we?
You are
piloting without
wrecking
the
this
wind?
guy's shit.
How are we piloting this ship without the wind? Cut to Murray, like sitting on the mast, butt aiming towards the sails.
Or, you know,
It's
he
like
just
slop,
set
it's
up
like
like a
slop.
bunch of... You could set up like a dozen, like, electrical fans.
You know,
That-
it's nice to put all those Taco Bell tacos to good use.
You know, you guys are really overthinking this.
Oh, and that is one other thing that we didn't talk about if we didn't already is when the last ship is alive, when the last ship is up, you could either capture it, which gives you more gold, or you could just fire another round of cannons at it and thus sink it for good.
Yeah.
Well, why would you want to skip over the coins?
If you're bored and you don't want to keep
But
fighting.
it's practical!
Well, but what if you've already bought the store out of House and Home?
Yeah, then there's no point. But so yeah, I mean, I will say I find it interesting where this chapter kind of handles it like, you know, like RPG encounters. I think that's interesting. Oh crap, 4
Oh
ships.
lordy.
Oh, no.
It is interesting, but at the same time, though, it does lead to this chapter being the biggest drag of them all.
Hence
Yeah.
why some of these parts are going to be the longest we've encountered so far. Even though, as we just established, the China chapter could be longer just because it has so many different sections.
Well, yeah.
But this one
But-
especially carries its weight.
Oh,
Right. That is another thing you just noticed is Sly's health is no longer factored into these ship sections. You can get hit with cannonballs all day long, just keep the ship afloat.
Is that all you got?
It's a good thing that Murray is manning the ship. I can only imagine if like with one of the leaks he has to plug it up himself.
Yeah.
It's like your lifeblood's directly connected to the ship.
Also,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just about to say, also, like, in case I wasn't noticed by now, when you man more than one ship, it pretty much, you can only loot one ship at a time with these. All other ships will just be automatically sunk.
Right.
But does it
Otherwise, you're
matter,
here all day.
like, the amount of money you make on each ship? Does it really matter?
Not really, no.
It's clearly, from what I'm seeing, it's clearly a random number generator. Like, oh, you got this many coins.
Like, some ships are, like, it's not like some ships are rarer than others.
Right. Nah, that's
Not
not.
to my knowledge.
Just,
Sometimes, sometimes the sails may be a different color. But that's all. Go ahead, James.
But it's
Just
purely
all things-
cosmetic, if anything.
just all things considered, I mean, this whole battle system in itself is okay, but I don't think it needed to last this long at all. Like, it could
Yeah,
have just
this
been its
goes
own
on for a while.
like one mission segment. That I think it would have completely not worn out its welcome.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's a number of like quality of life improvements they could have made.
Oh yeah.
But nah.
All right, time to go raid us some puppies.
Yeah.
Arf, arf.
And yeah, I do believe I have to raid these guys. Or actually, no, I think he said I could sink them, but I need the loot while I can. There's a couple of abilities I still want. Hang on. Just wait right there. We're almost there. Murray, raise the anchor.
Oh. Hey guys, why don't we use this thing to harpoon the boat?
He just throws the anchor.
No, not anchor. Even better, Captain Snoot.
Or, you know, he just throws himself overboard attached to ship's chain.
Captain Sue would be the parrot. Captain Sue would be a freaking toucan in this world.
He really would. I mean, he's got the nose for it.
Captain
Logan
have two?
Okay, so for context,
Snoot.
Iki. Okay, for context, Iki. There's a pirate in Curse of Monkey Island. It's all part of a site. A whole
Tales of
chapter.
Monkey Island.
No, it's a
No, Curse of Monkey Island.
Okay.
The third LucasArts game.
Huh?
The third LucasArts game. You remember the insult sword fighting thing? Well, in the third game, it's basically like it's the same thing, but you also have to rhyme. One of the pirates you can run across literally has the biggest fucking schnoz out of all of them, and we
You can make fun of it?
joke about it. Yes.
Okay.
You can't make fun of it directly. That was just us. We were just having fun.
Okay.
And basically just...
He's the one living pirate out there who can board the ship as the pirate and the harpoon.
We've been simultaneously struck and boarded by Captain
Captain
Snoot.
Snoot. And I was about to say, like, you talk about him being a parrot in this universe. Have we officially hit the point where we can all of a sudden just assume different personas for Snoot in any franchise?
I don't know, and I don't know. And I did correct myself. He would more or less be a toucan.
Yeah, it's like, are we starting to get to a point where what should Captain Snoot's Sonic Sona be?
Only if there's pirates involved. So not until we get to Sonic Rush,
Adventure.
the second one. Yeah. Then we can talk about that. Anyway, okay, back to the game. Welcome to us fighting the Kraken.
And I distinctly remember this particular mission chugging the frame rate bad in the PS3 re-release.
I mean, how
Really?
big
The
can he
re-release?
possibly be?
You'll see. I was say, wait, the re-release made chug?
The Sly collection on PS3. Yeah, no, this
Bentley?
part chugged pretty.
I was seeing Bentley going like back and forth, like, whoa, the masts. Go,
hello,
Panda King.
Holland.
I choose you, Panda King.
Oh, Hollins.
I think this is
Anyway.
the last time you actually get to play as the Panda King.
Really?
As far as I
think
know.
you're right. I'm trying to think, because you're
Maybe he has a thing in the final chapter, but I
No, you're right. No, I'm gonna say right now he does do something in the finale, but it has zero
It's not gameplay
involvement
related.
with his gameplay. It's just a cutscene. That's it.
Gotcha.
That's
okay.
lame.
So yeah, by technicality, this is the last time he gets to control the Panda King, taking on the Kraken.
Which I'll give him credit for his last mission. They go all out for this one.
Gets
We
quite a
have to
giant
hold-
octopus.
We just have to hold these. We just have to hold these things back.
And hey, this time we actually get to fight that thing on screen.
Instead of off screen?
Yes, freaking Pirates of the Caribbean #2. I'm looking at you. Also, but I will say, I now know the problem with Dead Man's Chest is that Dead Man's Chest as a movie, like the Black Pearl's great.
Is it the
Just
fact
a
that he
nice-
still has lungs inside?
No. Oh, that's the head.
Oh.
And this was the tongue, and the whole thing is the Kraken.
worm.
Honestly, I would be scared to see what this thing's tongue looks like.
You know what? Like, I feel bad because we're now at that point of night where my folks just went to bed. Otherwise, I would probably finish that quote being a kid.
Swim, and they all just jump in the water. Except for Sly. Sly can't swim.
It's like, so what do we do? Run faster. I could have thought that.
Wait a minute.
I was gonna say Sly being like, what do we do? Run faster. Sly Bentley looks down at his wheelchair.
Hey, wait a minute!
Exactly.
Say it or the Murray will kick you.
The bird will trip you over!
So we gotta knock these things out before they tip us in either direction too far. I think it's like if 3 or more tentacles successfully tilt us too far in any direction.
Yeah. Hurry up.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
and we're
boy,
done
that's
screwed.
So I mean I guess that is the thing to keep in mind is, if anything, the most damage. First off, it's confusing because there's no health bar. The most damage you only need to do is to the head. These tentacles, just a single firework is enough to like get rid of them.
I mean, is there any indicator on how much health this thing has? Like, any visual indicator?
Nope. Not a bit.
Huh.
You're along for the ride.
That's lame.
Well, it's not like, spoiler worries, we actually don't kill this thing.
Oh.
Fair. What was this? What were we talking about earlier? We mentioned that. We mentioned the.
So
Oh
is it
gosh.
we're not even hurting it at all? Just staving
It
off
could-
the inevitable.
You're right. That could be something. I think we just try and knock it out at least. Die.
You get it to
what are we
sleep.
What are we talking about? Freaking. We mentioned that. We mentioned.
Dead man's chest.
Dead Man's Chest. Yeah, the reason why Dead Man's Chest just doesn't work is, or not doesn't work, is it's weaker as a film is because Dead Man's Chest, when you really look at what it does plot-wise, all it does is it just sets up the sequel for the, at World's End. It literally is a movie that only exists just so that they can bridge the gap between the next big one, which is at World's End. That's all. It's merely a stepping stone.
So it's an in-between movie.
It really is, and it really shows, unfortunately.
So it's not much different than most movies in the MCU.
Debatable.
I say Ant-Man is a good standalone film still.
Yeah.
Implying Pirates is a Marvel property.
Well, to be fair,
Captain
It
well,
is now.
Wait, wait,
Captain
what?
Marvel is probably more.
well, no, it's not. It's not. He's just making a joke about how, like,
Oh.
yeah, this was
It
like.
is now.
Oh,
I don't know why. I misread that as bam instead of ba.
bam! Oh, hang on. I love this expression. Hum.
What'd you do now?
I'm here. What's the score?
And the one Kraken ate.
Holy crap! He's gonna he's just gonna make this on the fly. Dang, he's good.
Bentley, you
He's,
I love this.
he's pretty much a practitioner at his own craft.
Except, yeah, that wasn't his full head.
It's like he's the only guy in this entire universe that knows how fireworks work.
That was just
Oh.
we were having a war with his haircut.
I was just making a joke about how, like, did you really
Uh-oh.
just name it Crusher?
Oh god, now the whole boat's on fire.
Oh no! We have to
And
abandon
also-
ship.
No,
It would be the practical option considering we don't actually stop these fires.
so it's kind of silly, but the way this
Just
works
stay
is
out of the kitchen then?
so it's weird. It's silly. You whack the tentacles so that the suction cups get stuck on the ship, which will force Crusher to have to get in close so that he can, remove his tentacles. And that's when we freaking blast him full of gunpowder and lead in the face.
Wait a minute, this thing has a name?
Yeah,
They
he's
call
just
him
a Crusher.
All the
Crusher?
pirate. They were talking about this in the opening. They were talking about this in the opening slideshow.
Oh.
All the pirates fear it and name it Crusher.
Oh, okay. Very direct name for him, though.
Because Kraken's overused.
Well, then he crushes.
They called it Craig McCracken.
They call him Crusher because he always comes a running when you crack open a can of crushed soda.
Oh,
Actually, I was about to
part
say.
of a complete
they call
couple's
him.
breakfast.
Actually, I was about to say.
Part
They,
of a boss breakfast at
I
all.
was about to say. No, they call him Crush.
There.
They call him,
Oh god.
oh, there's
Oh,
the
he's knocked out.
Oh dear.
Should we all be out here by a monster?
The boats should still be on fire.
You really softened him up for me.
Yeah, but surrounded by
Hooray.
water.
And it also
Alright.
well, I mean yeah, there's that hasn't stopped ships from literally being destroyed by fires.
Yeah, until the water gets to it.
Time for the guru to actually be useful again.
Well, the thing,
So we're
the
going
thing
to
is,
possess the
though,
Kraken?
the thing is, though, Iki, is like the ship's no worse for wear. So, well, whatever. So yeah, time for the guru to be useful again.
What's he trying
Yay!
Getting us a new ally.
Which is fine. I mean, we've been able to possess and like soothsay many other creatures. A giant freaking being, a monster can't be much different, right? By the way, I like Dead Man's Chest. Do you like Dead Man's Chest, Mr. Crusher?
Do you like movies about gladiators, Mr. Crusher?
Don't worry. It's revealed off. Don't worry. It's revealed off screen that what happened was that the guru asked the Crusher if he could come along with him, and the Crusher is giving the guru a lift. That's all.
Oh, you know, they're
Actually,
just
like-
spending a little quality time together.
I figured
They're
that'd be the case, but I just had this image of like when he drags the guru to sea, it's like, Master! And he just dives right after him.
Oh wait, I can't swim. On that note, folks, see you all for what I assume should be the finale of this chapter.
Mm-hmm.